14 True Things About Extrovert Dating an Introvert. From the introvert's point of view, the extrovert is the one that lights up the room, and through the extrovert's lens, the introvert provides insight and refuge from the spotlight. That doesn't mean that introverts don't need a little bit of an extrovert drive every now and then, which is what makes them compatible, dynamic couples. Introverts like to be challenged, and the extroverts are not afraid to get a bit in their faces. It's just a lot of fun and, above all, it works. Dating an introvert is the smartest decision an extrovert might make. Although independent introverts don't mind holding back, extroverts love becoming rock stars to all of them. Here's what it's like when you extrovert date introverts. 1. Their shows of love are more unique. Introverts don't say, "I love you," a lot, but they just mean it when they do. They don't share their emotions too much or put their romantic thoughts about you into sentences, but that doesn't mean they don't care about it. If they praise you, it comes with an extra element of honesty. 2. They're pleased to see you shine. You don't like being the center of focus or working in a room. And introverts like that, you take the lead in social settings. You help introverts get out of their shells because they admire your individuality and need to do your thing. It doesn't matter if you're in a bar or club, they're down to be your wingman. 3. They put things in perspective when you have an emotional meltdown. It's hard to be you. You're in high demand. If you can't take the strain anymore, your introverted partner needs to fall back on it. Your companion has a sound mind to prevent you from losing it. When you panic work or experience a nervous collapse in your job, it's your introverted companion who lets you navigate through negativity and reminds you of how competent you truly are. 4. They see the **T history. Introverts see it distinctly, plainly and literally. They know when you're going to fake it. They know that you don't mention what's actually on your mind. It warms your heart, however, that everyone knows you too well. You want to be heard deep down, more than you want recognition. Your introvert companion will get it. 5. Having them to express themselves is like removing your teeth. Introverts don't want to chat about their feels, or have a formal dialogue about their feelings. If you really want to make it right or find out what they want for execution, you have to get them to talk. 6. They stay quiet because you're trying to argue. You just like getting your voice heard, alright. Often you're really trying to argue for publicity to get your point across. They know how to playfully pressure your buttons by making you get worked out of nowhere, particularly when the two of you know you're doing this just for make-up sex in the end. They're going to come back down, but secretly they're having so much fun. 7. Anytime you're on the fence to get away, they're trying to persuade you to hang in there. We all know that's exactly what you want to say. Extroverts deserve a break every now and then, but they are so familiar with their schedule on the party circuit. This is where the introverts come in. They want to slow things down and enjoy the time spent together, which is just what you want. 8. They're asking you to think before you talk. You're so fast to speak, and sometimes you get into trouble because you say something you don't mean. Not only does your wife know about you, but it also helps you feel relaxed enough to take your time. Introverts make extroverts better people, they are the right complement. 9. Introverts still have very good advice. Introverts are observant and profound thinkers. They're able to handle all that's going on and process it to a different basis. That makes their recommendations so important. Introverts really take all your thoughts into account. 10. You're trying to monopolize the discussion. Extroverts want to chat and express their thoughts on issues, and introverts in love are just too happy to hear a word you say. You don't have to feel self-conscious over the fact that you're sharing too much or blabbering. Introvert friends would like you to express yourself. With their heads in love clouds, where your new girlfriend is perfect and loves caring for you and cooking dishes after oral sex, introverts are in love with your every thought. 11. It's Times New Roman in the streets and Wingdings in the sheets. You've got to let things go some way. Outside, introverts keep it cool. When they're in the comfort, You guys alone, they're happy to set you loose and open up. Dating an introvert as an extrovert is unique when you know your partner with all the various layers that other people don't have. 22. 12. You're still down to meet each other. Your companion doesn't mind playing a supporting role and tagging anytime you want to visit your mates. On the other hand, you love meeting new people and looking at various scenes. You like to show yourself to the audience. Introverted couples are glad that there is someone on their side to chat. 13. They're wonderful listeners. Early in our friendship, I found myself thanking my introverted friend for finally listening to me. He'd just grin and respond, "That's what I'm good at." It took me a while to realize why I praised him. I felt like my extrovert ex didn't take my issues seriously. He seemed bored with my problems, and he would always change the subject, or even attempt to speak to me. He'd want and give me advice when I only needed someone to listen and understand. I'm not suggesting that extroverts can't be successful listeners, but at least for some I've known, it's not their primary style. For a fellow introvert, listening tends to come easily, and it's good to have someone who can listen actively, so it makes me feel respected, which eventually improves our relationship. 14. Sitting in silence is all right for them. My extroverted ex still needed some sort of noise in the background, whether it was a TV or just taping it on the table. He didn't feel relaxed sitting with me. He'd still have to chat or make some kind of joke. He also repeatedly made awkward remarks about my being too silent, as though this accusation was intended to drag me out of it. It was draining and it overstimulated me. It's not this way at all for my introverted boyfriend. We're feeling safe in silence, and it's pretty comfortable. He knows how draining it is to be continuously stimulated, and he doesn't need to flood the room with 24/7 noise. It allows for a much more peaceful climate and eliminates tension in the relationship. Please comment and let us know your thoughts on this topic. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for being with us to the end. You can be anywhere in the world now and you chose to stay with us, we truly appreciate it.